Bar charts. If you have comparative data that you would like to represent through a chart, then a bar chart would be the best option. What do we mean by comparative data? Simple. We're comparing something to something else. Here, we're looking at how much people have said they enjoy studying certain topics: English, maths, history, sports, and cinema. Maths? At the bottom? Really? Obviously, you haven't seen how exciting our other videos on charts are yet. You can see how useful this type of chart can be though. It's really simple and straightforward. Probably the most common type of chart there is, and makes it really clear how much you'd all prefer to be at a football game or at the cinema right about now. Because we are very good at comparing the sides of two straight lines, the bar chart makes it super easy to work out the relative sizes of any of our categories. A bar chart uses thick bars to show comparisons between categories of data. These bars can be displayed vertically, like this, or horizontally, like this. A bar graph will always have two axes. The axes are the lines on the left and at the bottom, which tell you about the information being displayed. One axis will generally have numerical values, and the other will describe the types of categories being compared. The axis will always need labeling. This is particularly important for the number axis, so you know what the numbers refer to. Here, the numbers represent the number of people who chose that option. Sometimes, each number in a chart might refer to thousands of people, millions, or hedgehogs. Okay, probably not hedgehogs, but it's best to be clear. The comparison you want to make will help determine whether to display the bars vertically or horizontally. You would need to decide whether the data you are trying to represent works better in a certain direction. Horizontal bar chart. So, for this type of chart, the length of the bar indicates how large that category is. This can be very useful if you want to write the name of the category onto the bar itself to have more room and not have to twist your head around like an owl to see it all. This type of chart can also be useful when you have a very large number of different categories on your chart. Here, we've asked people what their favourite film is and given them lots of options. This is a big chart and you have to scroll to see it all, but it certainly wouldn't work well with the bars going vertically, as you would have a mess of labels at the bottom. Vertical bar chart. This is also commonly referred to as a column chart. Vertical charts are probably the most common and work well for all types of comparative data. In particular, they work very well when dealing with negative values. Here is a chart showing the number of jobs in the retail industry over time. When it dips into negative numbers, it makes more sense to us that the bar goes downwards. Stacked charts. Another, much less common chart is the stacked chart. In this type of chart, categories are broken down into multiple sections. In this example, people were asked what type of films they prefer: action, romance, etc. We also plotted their gender. This is represented by the stereotypical blue and pink colours on the graph. In this way, you can represent more than one type of information on the same bar chart. Don't forget to add a key to this type of graph so your audience will know which group is which and what information is what.